Hello and welcome for today's LinkedIn Live. Hello, Johanna. It's nice to see you.
Hi there, Eva. Good to see you.
Hi, here we are again.
Here we are again.
Yeah, and hello everyone out there. We are here again because we got more requests to broadcast the show about how to become an impact auditor for sustainability. And it's really, I mean, we are so happy that that you guys are really interested in this topic and how to become an impact auditor and why. So this time we will broadcast in English. And yeah, well, if you have questions and reflections and so, just please ask the questions, because we are here for you. We are here to answer all your questions and yeah, everything related to sustainability, and especially in this case, especially the ISO 26000 standard. So again, if you are watching and joining us, please leave us like a thumbs up or a comment. We would love to see who's here and also in which country you're from. It's always so exciting to see the countries, right, Johanna? We have had so many different countries now joining us.
Yeah, it is interesting. And the standard starts out here in Sweden, but there are so many from other countries joining in and taking the course. I think that's a good sign.
Yeah. And actually the standard ISO 26000, which is about the sustainability standard, it is an international standard, and it has actually been here for 10 years now, and it was 10 years ago that it was launched. And during that time, as you know, the Sustainable Development Goals has also been launched in 2016. So what has happened is that we realized, at least here in Sweden, that we need to raise the standard, because as the way we look at and work with sustainability has changed since 10 years ago. So I have myself worked with the standard through the SIS, Swedish Institute for Standards, the technical committee for the ISO 26000 and the self-declaration. And what we wanted to do is to make it more accessible and easy to use and more useful for many more companies and also organizations in society. So that's the story behind it. But first, Johanna, would you just like to introduce yourself? Who are you? What are you working with?
Who am I? The big question. Yeah, actually, I've been looking into that recently. I'm not figuring that one out. Well, I'm someone very interested in corporate social responsibility and been working with that for over 10 years now. And seeing how this is actually progressing in society and among companies wanting to contribute to Agenda 2030 and beyond. We can then see that being an auditor, that I've been working as an auditor, and we can see that this is actually we need more auditors. And there's also this group of people who wants to work within sustainability, but perhaps they don't know how. And that's why this course came about, Certified Impact Auditor, to meet the needs of the companies, but also to create job opportunities. Yeah. So, and also that's the course, but then also the company verify agencies spring from the same idea.
Yeah. So, so I am the founder of the Verify agency, but you are working in the company. So it is so. I'm so happy to have you at the company, because you are truly a great teacher and an lead auditor as well. So I'm so happy to have you here and to talk more about the course of how you guys out there can become an impact auditor for sustainability. So I think we should show some slides to our audience. And during this session, we will have this session for about 45 minutes. Just please ask us questions and everything you want to know about sustainability, the Sustainable Development Goals, and also the standard ISO 26000 and the course that we are giving. And this is why we're doing this live, to actually spread the knowledge and also to spread the knowledge about the course, and where you can ask questions about the course. So I would just like to mention that the new revised ISO 26000 standard in Sweden, what we have done is to incorporate the Sustainable Development Goals into the self-declaration part mostly. So the self-declaration is a couple of questions for companies to answer to declare about their sustainability work. So that's the main thing we have done, to include the Sustainable Development Goals, because they are giving the framework of how to approach and work with sustainability.
Yeah, but when you say we, who are we?
Yeah, well, it's a team of it's a technical committee, so it is a team of yeah, I don't remember. We are like, I think we are more than 10 or 15. Our chairman is Reino Frid, Reino Frid in Swedish. So actually, we have had an interview with him as well. So I will share the interview once again in our social media platform, so you can see that interview with him as well. Good question. Let's see. I want to share my screen. Let's see if I can do that. Okay. So meanwhile, if you have questions, just put them in the comments field and ask them. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay, great. Sorry. I hope you all can do that. Well, I just want to show this quick picture about the 3 companies that I have founded and where we are working at. So Vati of Sweden is the first company, and Vati's Common Ground and Verify Agency. So in Vati's Common Ground, what we do there is in the middle company is that we educate and certify professionals and companies. And so far we have had approximately 150 companies transforming them to work with sustainability, and especially the Sustainable Development Goals in 12 different countries. And we also provide 3 certification courses. So Verify Agency is the newest company where Johanna, where you are working. So there are some good arguments of why companies should integrate the Sustainable Development Goals into business strategy. And this is just a summarized slide of why it's good for companies. So it gives you a global common language, and especially for the investors, it's a requirement now from investor side to work with the risk management, especially, and the environmental social governance. But also it creates value. It's good for your employer branding, and to communicate how you work with, how the company works with sustainability and the higher purpose of your company. So, and also about the procurement, it's important to show how your company is working with sustainability, because in the procurement procedures, there's actually a requirement, and it's stated in the SDG 12.6 and 7 about doing a sustainability reporting of your company, and also procuring goods and services in a sustainable manner. And that is what pushes companies forward now. And also what you said, Johanna, about the market need of having more people, knowledgeable people about the sustainable development and the ISO 26000, so you're able to verify companies' sustainability work against that standard. So Johanna, would you like to just explain really shortly about what is ISO 26000?
Yes, it's a guide helping companies describing how to work with sustainability and also how to get started for those who are not yet started. And it explains in a simple way how to do this. It is complex issues, but it's a standard that is comprehensible, and you can actually easily understand it and follow it. And it came out in 2010, and now we're anticipating and waiting for the 2020 version to take us a little bit further. And as you said, it's an international standard.
Yeah. So, and exactly, that's what we have been talking about. The change is coming, and the first country actually who's doing this change is Sweden. And what we have done, it's a team of people working with the standard, is that we have included the Sustainable Development Goals into the standard, and we have also made the self-declaration, made it possible to use it as your sustainability report if you get it verified by an accredited third-party organization. And in that way, you can qualify for tenders in procurement. So what happens, Johanna, if you are not qualifying for tenders and procurement?
Well, you miss out on opportunities for work opportunities. And it's not only in procurements. It could be from investors, and it could be from the employees that ask this of you to be able to contribute in this way.
Yeah. So it is important for companies to understand the force, the power, and the pressure that is put on now on business to work with sustainability.
Yeah, I mean, you usually say do or die, but
yeah.
I didn't want to go there, but okay, fine.
Yeah, it's do or die, because if you don't do it, you will die as a company. I'm so sure of that. Sorry, Johanna, I needed to say that. So, okay, so the self-declaration, would you like to explain it to our audience a little bit more? What is that?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. It comes together with ISO 26000, and following those questions in the self-declaration helps you tick off some boxes that you need in order to do your work. But as we said many times, this is not something you tick off in a box and feel like you're ready, you're done, you put it in a drawer. This is a work that has to continue over the years, but it is a great help. And when you do the reporting, and if you're a large company, then you might have GRI as your guiding standard. But if you're a small, medium company, then ISO 26000 could be the one guiding you. And as you said, then you can also use this self-declaration as your sustainability report, if it's verified by a third-party accredited body.
That's a good point. So if you haven't started companies haven't started their sustainability work, if you're a small, medium-sized company, then this standard is a really good start, because it is a guiding standard, and the self-declaration questions will guide you on how to implement and work with the Sustainable Development Goals.
Yes, and that's the big thing with the new standard and the self-declaration there, that the SDGs are in fact included. Yeah.
So and that's the next topic. It's what's in it for companies then to work with the standard. So as we said, it is a guiding standards. So it guides companies on how to approach sustainability and how to frame it and how to prioritize, because, well, you have those 17 Sustainable Development Goals and 169 sub-targets. I mean, that's huge. You cannot work with all of them at the same time. You really need to find focus and prioritize them. So this is a good way of approaching sustainability through this standard. Johanna, we mentioned the Certified Impact Auditor. I love that name. Would you please just explain what do you mean by impact, Certified Impact Auditor?
Yes, of course. Well, the impact, we all have an impact on this earth, and companies have a much bigger impact if it's negative or positive. And we can help steer in a certain direction. And as an auditor, you nudge the companies in the right direction, if I may say so. And the name for the course came also from a combination of knowledge within social auditing and also the knowledge about the new self-declaration and how to verify it. So it's a way of starting to work here in Sweden, but with an ambition to work internationally.
Yeah. So and I think the reason I love it, the word impact, is because you're not just an auditor checking the company's work, but you are actually also there to maximize, to help companies maximize their contribution to the Agenda 2030 and the Sustainable Development Goals. So I think it's a really, I mean, I understand why you love your work, Johanna.
Well, that's the best part of giving the recommendations.
Yeah. Okay, so if we just look at the verification process, just really quick, here's a picture. Would you like to explain just briefly, how does this look like?
Yeah, this is a very simple way of just explaining it, but just the different parts with an opening meeting, a facility inspection, document review, employee interviews, and report delivery. That, like the basic areas you go through.
Yeah. So if we just look again, the benefits for companies, I think it is important to understand also the benefits that you gain. And of course, as we said, what happens is that working with the standard and using the self-declaration as your sustainability report, you actually qualify for procurement and also for investors and banks and other authorities, because they are requiring now that companies do work with sustainability, and especially that they look at their risks, not just how they are doing, how they are impacting positively, but also how they are reducing their risks and how they address them. Okay, I can talk a lot about this, but we need to move on. So it's easier also to get financing from, for example, the EU and also Vinnova here in Sweden, which is the innovation system, and also from investors. And it gives your company an advantage. Well, if you are a person, an individual who's taking on this course, it also gives you possibility to get matched. Would you like to explain what we mean by that, to get matched?
Well, if you mean for the pilot, or if you mean for help with the financing?
No, what I mean is actually that if you are taking on this course and learning about the ISO 26000 and learning about how to work as an impact auditor, you can actually get matched to assignments. And that was what I meant. So if you just would like to explore a little bit about that.
Yeah, there were 3 possible ways of matching, but let's start with this one then. If you take the course and you're a certified impact auditor, then you have the opportunity to get matched to proper assignments and work with Verify Agency as a consultant.
Yeah.
And the step before that, when you're in the course, you make a pilot case on a company that we can match you with. And that's where we look at your skills and how you pass the course.
Exactly. Great. Thank you for clarifying that. And the benefits are also that you are actually future-proofing your company and being more cost efficient, and you are creating a better world. I mean, we are here to save our world, and companies do have an impact on our world. So it is so important for companies to understand that they can actually make a change, and they can create a better world by working more consciously and being more aware of how they are using their resources, natural resources, for example, but also how they are working in the social aspect, the social sustainability with the working environment and the co-workers and all of that. So if we head into the certification course, I just want to see if we have any further comments here, or if we have people here watching. Let's see. I can see that we have some thumbs up. That's great. But also, if you have questions now, just ask them. Put it in the chat and ask them. So if we continue with the certification course, it is an online Train the Trainer certification course. Maybe, Johanna, you would like to delve into what that means. And
the first question I get is, how long does it take? So it usually takes about 8 to 10 weeks to finish the course, but it's self-paced, so you can decide for yourselves, and it's open for 6 months.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah, we have an opening now in March for the second round.
Yeah, wonderful. And what you will learn, would you like to mention these bullets as well? What is your learning? What will you have achieved when?
The focus is on becoming an auditor, but I have to say as well, it's not only people wanting to work as an auditor taking the course. It's also people running a company or working in a company, and they are assigned to do internal audits, or you want to learn more about the new ISO standard. So it's for everyone in that sense. But I'd say the one who wants to be an auditor and have assignments will get the most out of it, sort of thing. And we go through many of the different standards and principles internationally, but we'll have a focus on ISO 26000. And it's a train the trainer education, and you'll finish it with a pilot where you will verify a company self-declaration.
Yeah. And then we have the modules which we have here. Maybe in just very briefly explain the different modules that the course is structured in, modules and lectures, right?
Yes, we start with why we have audits in the first place, and also we have to look into the SDGs and the background there. And then we look into how you make the audits and what different types there are. We'll look into the other guiding standards internationally. And then we come to module 4, which is then the focus of ISO 26000 and the self-declaration.
So, and that's the heart of the course, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can say that. That's where we then start working. That's what we're going to work with. But we look into report writing with other standards as well, just to have the knowledge. And there's a section now also with the impact on climate. And then we have a test, which is based on the task assignments that you get each time. And then module 8 will then be the pilot case. Okay.
So you, as a course participant, you will need to pass 2 things: the pilot case to like verify a company's sustainability work, and also answering those questions. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Great. Wonderful. So let's see. Do we have? If you have questions about this, just ask us. I can see that there is a question here. Let's see, John Calafjord. Do you think this training is good start to know more about SCR? Or should you have some specific knowledge before? So I would like to know what the abbreviation for the SCR stands for. I'm not sure. Do you know, Johanna?
Yeah, I'm not sure what he refers to. I'm so locked in CSR in that term, but
that could be CSR maybe.
But to answer you if this is a good start, this covers a lot. So if you're hungry for that type of knowledge, I say yes. And the people taking the course now is everyone from someone who has made audits in the Middle East for a long time to someone who is totally new to, not to sustainability, but to working actively as an auditor.
Yeah. So John just wrote that it was CSR. No, it's okay, John. Well,
then you come to the right place.
Yeah, because it is included. It is CSR, corporate social responsibility, within the standard, the ISO 26000. So absolutely, it is really a good start. But however, it is not just CSR anymore. It is about to integrate the CSR or the social responsibility, but also the economic and environmental responsibility into the company's strategy. So that is what the standard ISO 26000 is also including, the environmental and the economic perspective, as well as social. Okay, so, and Johanna, you are giving some group coaching also. Tell us a little bit about that. How is that working? How do you do that?
Every other week, we meet up on Zoom and we discuss a specific task assignment. And we also have room for questions that come up when people are studying. And to me, this is a very important hour, because a lot of things happen there, and we also share knowledge with each other and examples. And we have a Facebook group where we also keep in contact and also share articles and things that could be of interest.
Yeah, and that's really great, because then you have like a colleagues within your team that you can discuss different issues with.
Yes, and people come from such different areas, and they find each other and they connect, and they might work together or do business together, or things are happening there.
That's wonderful. So I would like to mention also what is included in the course fee. Well, as Johanna said, it is an 8 to 10 weeks. It depends on your pace, of course, but you have access for the course for 6 months. And the course lectures, as you could see here, it's divided into modules and lectures, but they are videos. So it's actually you, Johanna, who is on. We can hear your voice when you are giving the lectures. And there are also some exercises and inspiration that you may repeat as many times as you want to.
And I can add that if you think my voice is not, if it's hard to listen, if I talk too fast or something, what else there could be? There's also a transcript, so you can easily read for yourselves.
Yeah, I love your voice, Johanna. But transcripts are good. And actually, you could also use it as podcast, right? Just to listen to your voice if you do not like to read. That's also a good thing.
We all have a different learning strategy, so it's up to you.
Exactly. So a little bit about what you may do with your certification. Well, you can use it and apply for these audit assignments for Verify Agency of Sweden, where Johanna is working, where we match, or she matches you with an assignment for companies wanting to get verified for their sustainability work. However, I mean, we hope that there will be even more companies working with this, because we need to, you know, we need to team up to make this happen, to transform companies. And also you can drive internal audits within your company. So let's say you are enrolling this course together with Johanna, and you are employed at a company. Then you can become an internal auditor for that company that you're working with. And actually, you could also correct me if I'm wrong here, Johanna, but as an employed course participant for a company, you may also bring your company to as a pilot case.
Yes, maybe? Absolutely. Yeah, yes, you can do that. If you're employed, you cannot come in if you're the owner of the company. You can't verify your own company. But if you're employed, that could be your pilot company.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So, and as a business owner, you can also ensure a sustainable procurement, as we said before, in your value chain by keeping high standard requirements. And what you may not do with your certification, this is also important to understand, that you may not certify individuals or companies, because a verification needs to be done by an accredited independent third party. So that is the limitations, so to say. So what you may, so you get matched and perform the verification, but you cannot, as you're in person, certified in individuals or companies.
Yeah, this is important, but and it also, it's we're now used to this, but to verify and certify, they're two different things.
Yeah, it is. Would you like to delve into that a little bit?
No, I'm cool. I'm more interested in this photo. It goes with the suggestion to have fun today, right?
Yeah, it is. It's actually a little bit of a celebration. What you will become after you have got the certification and done the course. Well, I mean, you will become a more knowledgeable person within your organization or in the field of sustainability and auditing. That's for sure. And as you said in the beginning, Johanna, there is a need on the market for more professionals to learn about sustainability, and especially about this standard. And you will also become a person that company can hire as an auditor. And well, I mean, what happens here is that you future-proof your own skills and knowledge. You upskill and maybe you even reskill for a new market. And that's important because you want to stay in the market also as an individual. And you will become a person that Verify Agency can match for the requests that we get from our clients and partners. So that is what you will become. So let's see if there are any more questions here. I don't see any more questions. Would you like to add something here, Johanna, before we move on about the course?
I'm just thinking that it's actually great news that companies are already lining up, showing interest in verifying their work. I think that's a good sign overall, and it's a good sign for those who want to become auditors.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So I know, I mean, at least 10 companies now who's knocking on my door and asking for this verification. So so the standard will actually be launched in a couple of weeks, hopefully. So when the standard is out there, then it's possible to get verified. Let's see, we have some new comments. Mojtaba, you say thank you, you're welcome. So any more questions, just put them in the comments field and we just move on really quickly about the course. So the certification course, the Impact Auditor, is, as you read, it's about 30 recorded lectures and downloadable PDF. So this is just an, if you can see this picture, it's just a summarized picture about the value of the course. So the value of the course is 114 Swedish crowns, which is approximately like $11,000 US. But the price for the course is 30,000 Swedish crowns, which is about approximately $3,120 US. So you can actually get this for 30,000 Swedish crowns. And if you are based in Sweden, this is just only, I'm so sorry to say this, but this is just only for the Swedish, for the Swedes, because there are some help to help you with financing. Let's say you own a company, you are self-employed, and you have just started your consultancy firm. You can get help in different ways, and if you want to get that help, just please contact me and I will help you further on. And that's like agencies like Almi, and also agencies like Unionen and Trygghetsrådet. This is all in Swedish, sorry for that. But so we know how to get this kind of help with the financing. So just give me a call or an email and I will for sure help you. So we also have some bonuses, Johanna.
Yes, I'm truly happy about this. Bonus number 1, this book is in Swedish, so depending on what language you prefer, the first 10 to sign up receive this one. A book about the value chain by Parul Sharma. She is by far the best sustainability expert Sweden's got. She's both an activist and a lawyer. Yeah, that's the first one. But if you speak English, you could choose this one instead, The Future of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And it's a comprehensive book with a lot of case studies from different parts of the world. And it's, yeah, a thumbs up for that one.
Yeah.
So that's a choice for you guys.
It's a really good book, and it's also, as you said, it includes different parts of the world, but also different industries. So it's super interesting to read that book. And then we have something else.
Yes, of course. The standard will be bought and given to you when you sign up.
And that will be the 2020 edition. Yeah. So you will get the Swedish version, the 2020 edition, but Johanna, the course is in English and all course material is in English.
Yes, that's true. This standard will also come in English during spring.
Yeah, right. So, and the third bonus is that you get 1 year of silver membership at What is Common Ground, and that is really, I mean, the value for that is 16,800 Swedish crowns. I cannot talk today. And what it's included there, you can actually read about it on our webpage. But what you get access to is you get access to free online courses, but also lots of resources and downloadable materials about sustainability. And you will also get access to the community. And as Johanna said, in our community, people tend to work together, and they're also doing business actually with one another. So that there could be like companies, but also individuals who are members on this on our platform. And you also get access to group coaching every second week. You get access to group coaching. So, and lots of other things as well, networking conferences and live webinars that you can watch and so on. So check this out, because it's really valuable and it will save you 16,800 Swedish crowns. And the fourth bonus is that you can do a split payment in up to 4 payments without any extra charge. So the total value for all of this, if you put it together, is 132,000 Swedish crowns, and that's a lot of an investment. But you are paying 30,000 Swedish crowns for this course, and the return on that investment is really quick, because when you are certified, you also qualify for our matching procedure for matching for assignments within being an auditor. So the return on the investment is really quick. And also during the course, you actually you get access to a company, a pilot company, where you are putting your energy into that company to verify them, to get your certification. So even there is a matching possibility, of course, with a company. Okay, Johanna. So to buy the course, we actually put up the link in the comments field, and the certification course is starting here during March. And if you have any questions, just send an email or give us a call to Johanna or me. And well, if you have questions right now, you can just ask them in the chat. Let's see if I can just come back to this. Here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, so we have a question here. Moitaba Nuru, how can we get bonuses? Well, when you enter the link that I have put on the in the comments field, and you do your purchasing, it's actually stated in the so it's on your receipt. So as soon as you do the purchasing, you will get the bonuses. We will get a notification and we will access you all the bonuses that we promised. But if you, regarding the book, if you want to choose, if you want the Swedish version or the Swedish book or the English book, you just write it to us, which one of them you prefer, and we will send it to you. So so that's how you get access to it. But if you have any more questions about it, just send us an email. I mean, we are really easy to work with, and we are here to answer your questions. Because as we said again, we are here for you. I mean, if you're wondering about how is it to work as an impact auditor, that's also, I mean, that could be a good question. Like Johanna, what kind of, if I may ask you, what kind of have you ever found any difficulties being an auditor, or, you know, are there any challenges of being an auditor?
Yes, of course there are challenges, many challenges, and other people's challenges. Just this new impact auditor and the verifying the self-declaration, that is new to all of us. No one has done that before, so we're all new in this team. But having worked as an auditor with social auditing abroad, yes, many challenges, but also a lot of reward coming back from interviewing employees, for example, making sure that the situation is a good one.
Yeah. And I mean, as we said before, the impact, being an impact auditor means also that you're not just there to check the company's sustainability work, but actually to help them to maximize their contribution to work with Agenda 2030 and give them good recommendations of what they can do to improve their sustainability work. I think that's well, I think that's wonderful to be able to do that. So, Johanna, it is like 45 minutes now, so we need to end. And I thank you all out there for your great questions and your thumbs up. And also, Johanna, thank you so much for joining us today. And I wish you a happy Friday and a happy weekend to come. Let's celebrate.
Sure. I promise that.
Yeah. Have a nice weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.